Hi everyone, my name is Nethra Samarawickrema and I'm a cultural anthropologist and a mediator, and I run the listening lab alongside Yuri. And today we want to tell you about a workshop that we're running called Flow, the Art of Finding the Elusive Muse. And I want to begin by telling you about the impetus for this workshop for me, which began from my own writing process. I was someone who loved writing from the time I was a child, and it was a source of joy and playfulness and self-discovery. And I turned to anthropology because I wanted to do research on the world that I wanted to write about. But in the midst of the professionalizing process in graduate school, I realized that writing had turned from a source of delight to a source of fear, and I came to a point in which I experienced a kind of paralysis I had never experienced before. And at the end of that process, just before leaving for fieldwork, I looked at my writing and I realized I couldn't recognize myself in it. They were my words, but it was not my voice. And the fear of the written word had become so real for me that I realized I could no longer write again. It was what I thought. And yet, when I returned from fieldwork, I came back with stories that I wanted to tell. And so I had to find a way back to the words again. And what ensued has been this very beautiful journey of asking myself and asking others, what does it take for the words to flow again?
So on one hand, you have work that is linked with deadlines, angry managers, self-judgment, harsh criticism, burning the midnight oil and just powering through so much negativity just to get something out that you feel very, very disconnected with. But then on the other hand, we find that so much work happens, like the good kind of work, the connected kind of work, has the quality of flow and creativity when you have that urge to create something very, very connected, and you just get lost in the work, and the hours just slip by as you're putting your thoughts onto the page, you're expressing yourself through music or whatever the medium is that you want. And what Nethra and I have found is that this sense of creativity and flow, it's not a process like turning on a dishwasher where you push the right buttons and all of a sudden everything is squared away and you can, and then you just get carried away. No, it's actually, creativity and flow is actually a consequence of being in the right environment for you and being in the right state of mind, of joy, empathy, and pleasure, and being very, very connected and tuned to yourself and very much present in the moment. And when all of these things line up, then do you get creativity and flow. So what Nethra and I have done is that we're offering this 2-day experience for people such as yourself to come in, and we'll teach a couple of different frameworks and when and how to use them. But more importantly, what we're trying to do is just create a space for people to untangle some of the things that are keeping them from the right mental state, or the things that are coming up in their environments that are keeping them from being able to get flow. And also creating a supportive community that can help anyone go through this sort of journey.
One of the things that has brought me the greatest source of surprise and delight, watching people who've taken flow before, has been the transformation that has happened in just 2 days, when there has been safety and when there has been community. We have seen people come in and say, I can't write, I'm terrified, I'm procrastinating, I spend hours and hours avoiding writing, and it's come to this point where I can no longer even sleep. And writing has been painful. What we have seen is that people have said, oh my goodness, I wrote all these pages in 20 minutes that I haven't been able to write. I had my first night of sleep in weeks. I It was the first time I shared my writing and I wasn't afraid. People have talked about what it has felt like to rediscover pleasure in writing. In a short span of 2 days, we've managed to see tremendous transformation in so many of our participants. And so we would love to share this with you and walk you through our process, and I hope you'll join us. So thank you.